welcome back to FX Express Trends. My name is Jadie and I make videos on FX, beauty, fashion, and cosplay. Before we jump into things today, I just want to say hi. How are y'all doing? It's been a minute since I've sat down to record anything really. So this kind of feels a little bit weird. But anyways, I hope y'all are doing great. Please let me know how your day is going in the comments below and what you've been up to. I'm very interested. As of recently, I've been catching up on my telenovelas, and I've been working so much on my Depop as of recently. It may not seem like I'm doing much because a lot of it is behind the scenes. So if you see my page now, it's a little bit weird, but we're getting places. So as for today's video, I'm going to be rating my top 5 The Last Rockstars songs. Now, for those who don't know what The Last Rockstars is, it is a collaboration between 4 of Japan's current and most popular rock stars at the moment, featuring Miyavi, Yoshiki, Hyde, and Sugizo. So with the title and what the video is and everything, how can they already have like a full album and 5 songs? Well, to be honest, they don't have as many songs yet, but so I thought it would be smart to compile 4 songs from each of their respective members and then 1 song that they've produced together, kind of as like an introduction to the Last Rockstars. So I'm obviously very familiar with X Japan and Yoshiki, and of course Sugizo, who is part of X Japan. With Miyavi and Hyde, I'm kind of new to them as well. So I'm gonna be talking about 5 songs, what makes them so special, the people behind them, and these are in no particular order. I'm just going to be listing each song and, talking about it in its own right. So here we go. So the first song is obviously the self-titled one. It is very much a Yoshiki sounding track with not only the piano but the lyrical flow as well. It's very prominent in the build up to the chorus. So if you're very familiar with X Japan songs and their amazing power ballads, you will definitely hear a lot of that kind of inspiration on a Yoshiki side. Top of that, Miyavi's sick guitar. Oh my gosh, he's just so talented, you guys. Miyavi is such a talented artist, and I'll definitely go into that when I talk about his song. But just listen to Duel of Court's Rodeo, and I feel like you'll get an understanding of the kind of vibe and playing style that he has, because it's very intricate, but it flows so smoothly. I don't know too much about them, but I do know it was one of Miyavi's first bands and side projects. I'm still learning about them. They don't click quite yet, but I will make sure to listen to them. Continuing on the list in The Last Rockstars song, Hyde's vocals, oh my gosh, that dude has so much range. It's really cool. I think that you can definitely sit well with the song if you agree with the vocalist. I don't know, I think that's just me personally, but a lot of the times it's the vocalist that reels me in, and I'm sure it can be that way for some other people as well. I love how hopeful his voice sounds, but it's kind of heart-wrenching lyrically, and the way he just delivers on each line is just perfect. He definitely conveys Yoshiki's lyrics very well. Well, I think it was mostly Yoshiki lyrically, but I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. The transition in this lyric, Ready to Fly High, is just so conveying, and you can definitely feel every single word with his tone, and it just flows so smoothly. I think the last lyric in the chorus is what sold me with that song, because it's just so beautiful. It's very poetic. Composition from very sweet and soft to that rock star edge. It oddly works, and I am very happy with how this song came together and how everyone just did their role justice. I didn't talk about Suki too much in that song, but can we just appreciate how cute he is? So our next song is by Hyde, the vocalist of The Last Rockstars, and this song is called On My Own. So I found this single on Spotify when I was just listening to Hyde for the first time, seeing what I wanted to add on this list, and it's definitely a modern rock song. So it mixes the elements of rock nicely with more electronic sounding songs, and this contributes to the bigger lyrical impact. It's lyrically, this song is very suave and edgy, but it's also considerate to the people around the singer. So it sounds like he's trying to figure out things, and I'm oh wait, this was a song for an anime. Now, I don't know if the song was written for the anime or if it was just used in, you know, its own thing before it came out. The anime is called Mars Red. I have not seen it, but I definitely will because of this track. Lyrically, it sounds like Hyde is trying to be considerate in regards to the ideals of pushing away cynicism, but like it ends up showing through anyway. And I thought that was really cute. I feel like it's definitely a good theme for like a rock song, you know? It's always hard, like, you know, balancing morals and ideas and all that kind of stuff. The suspense of the bridge with that sweet, like, melodic electronic sound counters really well with the song once it finally, like, builds up to, like, the really, like, screamo crap. Oh my gosh, I live for that. And as for his other, like, side projects and bands like Lark and Ciel or Vamps, I have not listened to them yet, but of course I will give them a try. I'd like to learn more about Hyde because his rock seems a little bit more like modern, but like it's also like very up there with like everyone else. I feel like he is a strong like contender, a strong like musical artist in the world of J-rock music. So I'm definitely gonna be watching out for him and his stuff, even though he's already like established. But you know, I'm still learning, and I'm sure you are if you are not as versed in the visualkei / J-rock scene. Alright, so this next song is by X Japan, and it is called X. The intro starts with like this back and forth intense guitar solo, and it definitely represents the best of like 80s visualkei. You know, like full throttle, no hesitation, let's rock baby, you know. So I definitely love Toshi's voice. He has amazing range, and he's grown so much over the years. If you've seen like some of his like first like live performances, like he can't really hit those high notes, but like over time you see the progression and how he's trained his voice to kind of like flow nicely with like the very like intense like lyrical stuff that Yoshiki comes up with. So this is definitely not the first X song that comes to mind, but I think it's a good beginner song outside of like Rusty Nail and Kurenai. Just because it's very like on par with those songs, but it's not like too on the nose with like their signature like rock ballads. It pinpoints each member's respective roles pretty well, from Hide's like colorful and creative guitar solos to Pata's steady yet like melodic rhythm parts. Blue Blood is just an amazing rock album, and I definitely recommend it. It is just everything you would want in a rock album, start to finish. Like, go watch it, go listen to it. It's amazing. Okay. Moving on from X Japan, of course, I have to talk about Sugizo, who is an honorary member. This song comes from an anime. I think it was written for the anime. It is called Meguriai, which roughly translates to eye level. Now, I hope I'm saying like all these Japanese names properly, and if I don't, I am so sorry. I have to talk about this song because it's so, like, heart-wrenching with the Gundam series, and I love Gundam and space mecha stuff so much. I mean, like, it's kind of hard to tell with, like, you know, like, the dark, mysterious thriller crap I watch here on my wall, but, you know, I enjoy a good mecha, like, space drama. So this song comes from Mobile Suit Gundam, Origin of the Red Comet. It is Char Aznavour's backstory, and it is so incredible. If you are a Gundam fan, definitely watch. It's very in tune with the setting and tone of the One-Year War, but before I get into that, musically, the beginning has a very, like, static guitar opening. It's very rich and deep, and it reminds me of the beginning of Newborn by Muse. But eventually, it transitions into the first verse, and there's kind of, like, a pause. There's a moment of kind of like hesitation before it moves on to the kind of like killer note like pacing. You really have to listen to the song here. Connecting with the context of the show musically, it's like you see all this tension, you see it building up, and then it kind of stops, and then like your heart sinks into sadness and despair because you love these characters so much. It's like when everything builds up and then you just have that emotional breakdown. That is what this song is. As an anime ending, it kind of leaves you speechless with the background of the Zabi family, as they have played a very crucial role in the One-Year War, and the Daikun's ruin. Overall, it's a very solid rock opera, especially with like the feel of the guitar solos and then just like the heart-wrenching chorus. Like, I am living for all of that. I love it. It captures both like space and obviously the rock genre together, and I don't know, it's very mesmerizing. As for the fifth and last song I'll be covering, this is a song by Miyavi called New Gravity. It is more recent in his discography, so I mean, like, kind of like the jump from like dual accords to Miyavi now is a little bit weird, but that's because I'm listening out of order and I haven't seen much of his like evolution. But let me tell you, this dude is insane with his guitar skills. Throughout the song, there's like this consistently like insane dance track, and it sounds all electronic, but in reality, this is like Miyavi's wicked crazy fingerboard style. He's super flexible, fast, efficient, crisp, and has a lively stage presence. Now let me tell you, as someone who has studied and played guitar for 1 year and ukulele for maybe like 2 or 3 years now, like chord progression and transitioning between each note is very, very important. If you want a good sounding tune, you have to be very fluid with how you play. Miyavi, you can tell that he loves his job so much. He takes like each sound to the next level, and I think that he's really good at layering each instrumental part because it doesn't sound man-made. It does not sound real. I don't know if it's just this track, but the way he hides each layer and it just kind of builds off of each other is immaculate. You can see the fluidity and transitions of his guitar in live shows. I had to watch a live show to actually understand that this wasn't like just an electronic like backing sound. Like, this was all him. It was all his own doing, but like it's a very like well hidden ability of like the live band mixed with additional EDM sounds and overlapping effects. So again, he's just great at layering sound, and it's so effortless. I don't even know how he does it. Anyways, that is all for my top 5 TLRS listing. Again, these songs were used to understand everyone's sound and where they come from leading up to their single and collaboration, Last Rockstars. And I think these are very good first impressions that you could like listen on loop like once you find them. Make sure to leave my Spotify playlist in the description box below so you can check them out, as well as a few additional songs that may or may not have been on this list. If you got this far, comment below and let me know who is your favorite member, if you've heard about any of them, or who you're excited to listen to first. I am very passionate about visualkei, and even though this is going to be like a short series, just expect more of the Last Rockstars to be a little bit more relevant on my channel. Thank you for watching, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye, guys.